Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we have got a lot to go over today as a brand new major order has turned up to the works and we are in bot territory, which is an interesting move indeed. So we're going to give you guys a breakdown of that one with your new briefing. On top of that, there are some files that yet again are being tampered with inside of the game over the last 24 hours and it makes for an intriguing movement, and the internet has gone absolutely wild with some big leads into where this is going. Nonetheless, if you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be so greatly appreciated. And make sure you check out our sponsor, GamerSupps, the company that offers esports athletes and gamers with the most effective and healthy energy drink choice compared to the tinned energy drinks we're all used to. And they help you perform to your highest potential. Keto friendly, less than 1 calorie, and sugar free. It's a no-brainer. And right now we are just launching the new Finger Bang line, including some absolutely amazing apparel and accessories. So make sure you check it out. Link in the description. Use code CloudPlays and check out for a cheeky discount. With that being said, let's dive on into the game and see exactly what it is that is happening right now. So starting off, we have got a brand new major order which is taking us over to bot territory, and this one is going to be an interesting one as we've got a massive briefing to take you guys through. Now this briefing right here is an interesting one, as essentially what it's trying to do is trying to eradicate the usage of the Voteless. If you guys don't know, the Voteless are super Earth citizens that have been taken over by the Illuminate mind control and have been borderline transformed into Voteless scum. So how is it that we're going to protect them? Well, this briefing right here is lining us up for that. It states the greatest casualty of the Illuminate campaign of terror has been our citizens' sense of safety. They fear their colony will be next to be attacked, or that their loved ones will be twisted into the Voteless. They trust the Helldivers to protect them, but against this enemy, firepower is not enough on its own. To restore our citizens' safety, the Super Earth government has unanimously voted to enact the Freedom of Readiness to enable effective defense and obstruction of Mind Influence Act of 2184, or the Freedom Act. The Freedom Act will give the Ministry of Unity the tools it needs to keep our citizens safe from external and internal threats. It will create some new security force dedicated to loyalty enforcement and empower them to find the interdict, Illuminate, mind influence, dissidents, and other serious crimes. To ensure these tools are used to maximal effort, the Act additionally authorizes construction of the Center of Citizen Surveillance and Safety on planet Mastia. Now, Mastia is currently occupied by the Automaton Legion, making it certain to be free of traitors. Now, this will also allow the containment of automaton influence, which has spread in the recent weeks. The Helldivers are ordered to secure Mastia to facilitate the construction of the new center. Only then will our citizens feel safe. Now, this is a huge one because essentially what we're trying to do now is eradicate the usage of the Voteless and stop them from being mind controlled, or at least keep our citizens safe so that they don't feel like they will be, but what they will be. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how that one plays out. But will the Voteless actually be here when the full Illuminate scum finally make their way out of the Meridia wormhole? We'll have to wait and see. The Voteless may well be just something that we're experiencing as of right now, and it may not be here for the longevity. You guys let me know what your ideas are in the comment section below, but this is getting really, really interesting. And now we're heading over to the bot sector to secure Mastia and the surrounding areas to facilitate the construction of the Center of Citizen Surveillance and Security. So we have to hold Mastia while it expires, we have to hold Tash while the order expires, and Yalivar while the order expires. Now this is a 5-day major order, at least at the point of recording. We've got 5 days remaining to have this one secured, so that's a pretty long major order, man. This is going to be a very, very long week indeed, as the bot side is going to be our main target. Now, going into the back end of the game though, there are some things that are actually happening behind the scenes, and there's been 2 files in particular that have been affected quite a lot over the last few days, and that seems to be the Quasar and the Orion files that have been altered or at least updated over the last 8 hours. So what it is that's inside of those, I have absolutely no idea, but nothing else has been touched for weeks. So we'll have to wait and see. Whoever it is that still is sat in the office is going for those Quasar and Orion files on a daily basis at the moment. So I'm definitely intrigued. I don't know much about the back end of things as far as file dedication goes, so you guys may well have to let me know. If you know what those are, then do let me know in the comment section. It'll be definitely interesting. intriguing. And speculation of what the Voteless actually are and how this has all been running around has gone absolutely rampant in the community as of right now, as this post went up and received nearly 5,000 upvotes, stating the Illuminate aren't just invading, they're using us to breed new ones, and highlights the fact that the DNA of the Voteless has been altered and proteins that match those found of Illuminate corpses. Now, this has led to some really weird conversations, as obviously we know that the Voteless are being transformed in different stages. Some of them are more squid-like, I guess is the best way to explain it. Some of them look a lot more like super citizens and are just in early transformation phases, but people have been running down the rampant move of being impregnated by the Illuminate, and that's how we're going to get some more of the different styles of Illuminate coming through. I feel like that's a little bit wild, and I want to know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below, so do let me know. But another conversation that has been probably one of the biggest ones that we've seen over the last 3 or 4 days while Arrowhead have been away and leaving us to our own accord, which was probably not the greatest idea, is this right here. It says choose wisely. Which one are you taking, the red or the blue, the suppressed weapons or the minigun? And oddly, this does seem to be quite a very split community. I'm actually going to put up a poll in the community page of this channel because I'm actually really intrigued to see the genuine figures, but I thought everyone would want the minigun after the conversations the last few days. Everybody's talking about the suppressed weapons. It's absolutely wild. For me, I think the suppressed weapons would probably be a lot cooler, as it's going to lead probably more into the customization of where the game goes. But yeah, I want to know. So make sure you go and check out the community page if you're watching this video and get your vote across right now. Now, we've also got to talk about the cross collaborations, because in yesterday's stream, we were live on the channel. If you don't know, we do go live here. Make sure you check it out. We are live every so often at the moment. During the holidays, a little bit difficult, but we are generally live 4 or 5 days a week on a normal basis. Nonetheless, Johan Peterstedt posted up this right here the other day. Now, he actually put the line in himself, as somebody was intrigued as to where the line actually gets drawn, and this is where the collabs actually lie. As you can see at the front line of it, which is what they deem acceptable, is Killzone, Starship Troopers, ODST armor, and the Imperial Army from Warhammer 40k. Now, on the opposite side of it, we see Halo Master Chief, we see the Space Marine, we see the Doom main character. What we're essentially seeing here is how the crossovers could actually be laying out going forward, and that there's actually no real like intergalactic movement. Obviously, Master Chief is borderline immune to death. This guy is immortal. Star Wars is a little bit far-fetched. We have the Space Marines, which are absolutely ridiculously tanky. These things are not going to be looking at, or at least not going to be interpreted into the game, but yet the cannon fodder of each of these games are in the first half of it. Now, take that as you want, but it was a really interesting conversation, and we were talking about it for the best part of an hour in the stream, and everybody was so on board with it. But I want to know what your guys' opinions are down in the comment section below, because we also saw something that was quite big, which was this right here. Now, this Reddit post received 5,000 upvotes for a Titanfall cross collaboration, and everybody talking about Helldivers 2 being like the home of dead and defunct IPs, which I absolutely love. We're like the underdog. We really appreciate what it is that was built back in the day. We appreciate all of the grit and detail that they brought to the table, and for me, I think that that's absolutely incredible. Now, Titanfall is a big content piece, and everybody really enjoyed it, although not so much these days is it actually played alongside Killzone, so it would make a really big impact in the gaming scene to bring Titanfall in. And we all know that Helldivers as a game and Arrowhead as a company don't lean into that general consensus of what it actually brings to the table to be a current game provider, as somebody was talking about how DEI would actually benefit Helldivers 2. Now, Peterstedt had an incredible opinion, and this won a lot of people over, as it states, I don't like labels, but mankind is united in its extreme xenophobia on Super Earth. Inclusion, so maybe there's DEI. I really don't care. Make good games, don't make a contemporary political statement. 100%. And I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to see where they take the game going forward, and having those conversations with you guys with regards to how it is that the game could actually be implemented at a later date. I am so gassed around this and can't wait to see where it goes. But taking a look at your top comments right now, you guys had some interesting stuff to say in the last video, so this could be something pretty big. It states, while one of my buddies can't stay connected to our squad with Illuminate, we are instead working on a New Year's resolution to liberate Martail. All help is appreciated, divers. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, Martail is actually a pretty big planet to attack right now. It's only got 1,000 players on it, so massive shout out to all of them, but it's got a resistance of 0% 50% right now. So that is the easiest take ever. The fact that we're at 50% with only 1,000 divers on there. We dive in there each day and do one operation just to help out. But if you guys want to clear that one off, then I think that that'd be an easy fight. Next up, it states right here, just give me the TD110 Bastion tank from HD1 and I'm happy. Now, I do love the idea of the Bastion tank coming into play, although I'd much rather have the motorbike, and we've had that conversation 100 times, so I'm not going to get back into that one. But this right here is with regards to the disposable MG, also known as the Pepper Box. You guys will have known this from the previous video of the MGX42, and this was a concept that people have been wanting to see inside of the main game for Helldivers 2, which was originally in Helldivers 1, and somebody gave us a quick breakdown of it for those of you guys who don't actually know how it plays. It states, just a quick summary for people who were not veterans in the First Galactic War. The MGX42 was a disposable one-use MG, much like the EAT-17. Keep in mind that it was the first game your support weapons could only be called down once. If you lost a weapon due to not picking it up after dying, or heaven forbid falling off the map, you can't call it down again, leaving you stuck without a support weapon until the match was over. The MGX and the EAT were the only support weapons that can be called down limitless amounts of times, barring the cooldown timer. So this one is actually interesting, because how could they implement it into HD2? I'm really intrigued, and hopefully we'll see some sort of implementation of this weapon, because I think that this could actually change the game quite dramatically and give you guys that minigun usage that you really want without actually having to struggle to get the minigun inside of the game. Nonetheless, that's unfortunately we've got time for today. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Appreciate your faces, guys. Happy diving, and as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.